Started here. Before I say anything on this subject, let me do two things. One, let me point out that there is a handout here next to our friend Nico that gets a little bit more into some of the things I won't really have time to discuss here today. Also, towards the end, there will be a Q&A, so if you have any questions, feel free to ask them. If I run over here, or if you're too shy to come up. Yes, I did.
Nice.
Or if you're too shy to come up and ask me, you can either ask me around the convention, it's not like going to be difficult to find, or you can take a handout, and I also have business cards with me, which I will put over there as well. And you can just take one of those, and you can email me after the convention, and I will gladly answer your question that way. The other thing I'd like to do before I say anything is to kind of set the mood for you a little bit. Now, how many of you have ever played the original Super Mario? Okay, good. That's no longer such a short thing, seeing as I'm pretty old now in convention years anyway, in my late 20s. But anyway, what I'm about to show you is an excerpt from a speedrun of the first Super Mario Brothers. This is levels 8-2 and 8-3. And when I was younger, I had a lot of trouble with these two levels. And watching this, you're going to wonder how the heck that was ever the case. So without further ado, levels 8-2 and 8-3 of Super Mario Brothers, run by Andrew Gardicus.
Sure. Wow, that's amazing. I didn't even know it opened up. We didn't even get fireworks.
Oh, annoying Hammer Brothers.
Okay, pretty good, huh?
Mm-hmm.
With that, welcome to So You Want to Be a Speedrunner, a leisurely guide to playing through video games in a frantic manner. Now, you might be wondering just what the heck a speedrun is, and frankly, I think this comic by Mr. Brian North of Dinosaur Comics, very funny comic, you should all read it, dinosaurcomics.com, really explains it better than I ever could, and hopefully you can all read that from where you're standing or sitting. I'll let you take 30 seconds or so to read it, because you can read it faster than I can speak it, almost certainly.
We'll put a link also in case, probably.
Indeed. The last three words on the last panel, by the way, are topic hacking. Basically, if you don't know Dinosaur Comics, the bold red text is the devil, and the devil in the Dinosaur Comics continuity is just obsessed with playing video games.
I have a Bellsprout and a Mini-Sword. So two gas poison types. A Spiro and a Vegito. Two normal flying types.
Okay.
Fighting type and
My name is Mark Kaczynski. I go by MTI on the internet. And this list of games, the last three words are, I'm sorry. I'll go back.
That's when I yeah. It's going to be a little bit. I'm currently.
And again, the last three words the devil is saying are topic at hand. Topic at hand. Okay. Everyone okay? Want me to move on? Speak now or forever hold your peace. Alright, my name is Mark Kaczynski, or MTI as I said, and this list of games is what qualifies me to be standing before you here today. Now, this is actually probably more accurately described as a list of games I have submitted runs to Speed Demo's archive for. Speed Demo's archive is basically the main English-speaking speedrunning site. I'll just be calling it SDA from here on out. And yes,
Oh yeah, that's right.
it did have a new game plus. Once you beat it, you could start over with your current levels.
I somehow got that confused with the Link to the Past.
No, that did not have a new game plus.
Wait a second, that's Zelda 2.
Right. Now, I'm not egotistical enough to have actually expected you to have heard of all these games. Quite honestly, if I'm lucky, you will have heard of maybe the top 3. And after that, you're going, what the heck is that? I'm still wondering what Chuck Rock is, and I ran it for crying out loud. Now, let me ask you a question. Intuitively, what would you think the first step, the very first step would be in creating a speedrun?
Memorizing the game?
Okay? A perfectly reasonable guess would be selecting your game. And that's actually incorrect. The very first step in creating a speedrun is deciding what your end goal is going to be. In short, how seriously do you want to take this? What is your finish line? Now, you might be thinking, well, isn't it obvious? I want to record a speedrun. And that's one end goal, but it's not the only one. Maybe you just want to get good enough at a game so that you have some kind of neat party trick to show your friends. Or maybe you watch streams of charity marathons online and you want to participate in one of those. Or, like I said, maybe you actually want to record your run and have it on the internet and for everyone to associate
Yeah, it is kind of.
your name with that particular game. One second while we adjust the air conditioning here.
Want me to leave this off so you guys can, like, if it gets too hot, you can turn it down?
No, thank
That
you.
would be
Yeah.
good, actually, yes.
Right? And then you know how to turn it up and down.
Yes, definitely.
Okay, cool. Alright, cool or warm as the case may be. Apparently they never turned the air conditioning back up from the completely not aerated informal dance last night. Now, an interesting paradox, so to speak, is that if you want internet fame, it makes more sense at this point to actually pick a more obscure game, like a Chuck Rock or a Management Paradigm. And to illustrate why this is, let's take a second look at the games that I run. Now, remember those 3 games that I expected you to have actually heard of? You'll note that they all say obsoleted next to them. And what this means is that eventually other people also submitted runs to SDA that were better than mine. And I, for whatever reason, have not had the motivation or the ability to try to reclaim those runs on the site. So, you can go ahead and you can try to say, I want to speedrun Super Mario Brothers, or Ocarina of Time, or Super Metroid, or insert ultra-popular game of your choice here. The thing is, you're going to go on the internet, and you're going to find that lots of people have already been there before you. You're going to find that they have done probably a far better job than you expected, and to actually beat those incumbent runs, be they on SDA or YouTube or any other site, you're going to really have your work cut out for you. Because all those games, they have years of history, both speedrunning and not behind them. They have years of competition, they have years of collaboration between various people, working on tricks, getting times further and further down. The obvious example is the excerpt from the Super Mario Brothers run that I showed you. Basically, the entire run is like that. In its current form, maybe it is possible to take 1 further second off of the run. The current timing on it is 5 minutes flat, if you hear this. And not all the mega popular games are that well optimized, but they are very, very good runs that you're going to have to work very hard to beat.
Can we close the door? Oh, okay.
Well, here's the thing about closing the door, then no one's going to come in.
Oh, you're right. Yeah. Balancing act.
I can talk louder.
Okay.
My voice has 2 volumes, loud and overpowering! So once you've decided what your end goal is, the second step is to choose your game. That, by the way, is my NES game collection from the numbers to about N. Maybe you have a game collection like this. And while that looks pretty intimidating,